Tear down these walls. January 1939, World War II in 8 months' time. After 6 years it would conclude, with Germany divided into 4, still not the war to end all wars. After 70 years, Middle East crisis would resume. In January 2009, over occupation of Palestine, Hamas rockets crossing disputed Israeli borderline, air raids followed by tanks and infantry in reply, thousands wounded, even more homeless, 300 plus Gaza died. In Germany, henchmen were hung for Holocaust slaughter. Iron Curtain was further drawn when Berlin was also quartered. Divisions occurred between those formerly on the same side. The Western Allies proposed reconstruction, Soviets denied, and after disagreements instituted the Berlin blockade. After international airlifts mounted a PR campaign against Western policy change. Zooming into Berlin, you would see Berliners demonstrating for airlifts to remain. Zooming out of Gaza, you would see international rallies, with banners with estimated casualty tallies. Reporters claimed they were kept away and aid seemed to be delayed. Israeli MPs explained aims were anti-undercover arms trade. As outskirt Israelis faced attacks from mortars, Palestinians like East Berliners tried to cross borders, not emigrating westward for a better standard of living, but for a better chance of life than the front line was giving. In 1949, the blockade was lifted, letting supplies reach West Berlin. Soviet attention was shifted. Inner German border closed and barbed wire fence erected. Brain drain still piped to West Berlin. Professionals defected. Damaged credibility was less than fruitful. Put off chose over resolve, so more hurdles believed crucial, resembling Gaza ceasefire, because by that time, anti-religious ideas were hardened in some people's mind, such as Abrahamic faiths inclined their followers to wars, or that religion generally was most often their cause. Slow motion, pause. Let us stop subtitling faiths based on those who only jest with their ways and their laws. Like religious leaders who write down extremism on once clear mental walls to hide common ground from vision, and use such events to justify their us or them position. Who'll right wrong with tongue and hands, the wise decision. In 1961, Berlin Wall construction commences, finished off with beds of nails, anti-vehicle trenches, watchtower line death strip with fatal consequences, guards ordered to shoot, dogs on lines, and other defences. I saw the press broadcast footage and publish sentences. I saw men and women reply when news reached their senses. I saw some respond, tears burst, empathizing cold drenches. Saw others react, run cause first, which conflict quenches. As from Gaza, what leaks next is anger puddle ripple effects with umbrellas on benches. Rains of messages flood my phone. Boycott products with texts, please. Email screamed MPs. Before expenses, D's. Eyes saw roused boil with rage. Steamy scene tenses. Temper, drips drop down arms, fist clenches. Flies in fury. Shows loyalty? No, I reject this. Stood up to clean up sewers of hypocrisy and their stenches. Death to Israel next to level Gaza graffiti. Foreign posters stating they share at deaths as revealed on TV. Rather than use their energy to help raise fund relief piously, they raise walls veiling hearts. Spiritual apathy is a tragedy, encircling closed minds and repelling communities, like the post-war German walls but in all our vicinities. Don't need several weeks' notice before we can reach them, but may also need groups persevering years to breach them. Families were split and many cut off from jobs in Berlin. Walls springing up impelled me to start hurdling and hurling. They could cross borders by obtaining permits needed to enter. I tracked down places of worship and community centres. Witnessed one build bridges through community conversation. Shared feelings and opinions about the Gaza situation. Now resolve conflict and change through from the heart dialect. Make truce with words. My tongue aims to hit peace direct. Berliners gave applications for visas. I travelled to meet with many not eager or with amnesia. They reapplied. Approval was never guaranteed. I learned don't call us, we'll call you, ain't others taking the lead. Berliners had entry permits refused with no stated reason. I heard views like any link with that group would be treason. They had to exchange currency at a poor exchange rate. I got better response by adding to the collection plate. Berliners would attempting to cross were left to bleed. I rounded up pioneers with diverse backgrounds who agreed. They escaped thousands of times, attempting some died. I am inspired. I must reach goals or die having tried. 750 years after the city was born, a challenge was made for the Berlin Wall to be torn. In months came me, now here I am, hear my cause. Ladies and gentlemen, tear down these walls. Once founded on sandy ignorance, not rock-hard knowledge. Built with bricks of rash reactions, not responses from solace. Cemented with hate rather than infused with love and humility. Hastily engineered, they lean towards hostility. I say kick them all the way down. Watch prejudice earthquake when they rebound. Crash. I was raring to go before, yet I'm now keener, because one so far had been a smash. Often tension at first, Not hard to detect it between the shifty eye movements and those looking for exits, but left those saying we want out saying we're staying here to start peaceful revolutions elsewhere. People power of people who have taught how will be wall woodpeckers. People who with experience will be roadblock wreckers. People who will make space to be passed through by trekkers, who will cross communal, multi-ethnic and interfaith meccas. 89. Mass crossings led to a chain of events. Refugees from east to west were left away. Change immense. Demonstrations in East Berlin grew 1 million dents. In confusion, a misannounced note ended a press conference. Direct exit through both German crossings wasn't for days. Journalists were told effective immediately, without delay. Guards called their superiors, outnumbered and supervised, as East Berliners swamped checkpoints, having watched live. No one wanting blood on their hands, guns grew small. Checkpoints opened November 9th, the fall of the wall. Positive change can come through non-violent means after all. Now it's in our court, we have to stop playing dodgeball. Pick it up, shoot, beautiful landscapes netted. New horizons with trains of peaceful thought silhouetted. Tear down these walls, tear down these walls, tear down these walls.